What I'm particularly interested in is the relationship that we have with the built environment, the way that we can potentially think about the past through how we experience a city in the present, the way that we walk through spaces, the way that we think about the relationship of interiors and exteriors, and the way that different people experience those spaces. The majority of my work, recent work, has tried to be comparative across Italian cities. I originally did my PhD work on a city near to Florence, Siena, and more recently I've worked quite a lot on Florence. I think one of the things that I asked myself about 12 years ago was, what could you do with a smartphone in relation to architectural and urban history? How might we use that piece of technology to communicate high-level research as something which the public can access? Things that's very difficult to put into historical records is movement. History is really told by documents which are fixed. They're pieces of text that live in an archive or in a book. In the Hidden Florence 3D apps, which are a collaboration between Calvium and another company based in Bristol called Zubo, who are specialised in 3D modelling. And with a wider research team, we've created 3D models of buildings in a one-to-one scale, so that you can essentially visit a site of a demolished church and walk down a street experiencing where the church would have been. All its columns and windows are visible. And through that model, we've also connected some of the artworks, both in the National Gallery and the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, that originally were housed in that church. What the 3D model allows you to do in a very, very visceral sort of a way is it allows you to connect a painting to the built space which it originally was connected to somehow give its context back to it. But in a way, it's a sort of a further iteration of that idea of location-based storytelling, this idea that objects have meaning because of the place that they're in. I'm thinking very much about what I want to tell people, but I'm not really thinking enough about how they're going to experience it. And that, to me, was one of the sort of big learning moments. And so the knowledge exchange is a balance between the technology and the coming out of your comfort zone. I'm Fabrizio Nevola, and I'm an urban and architectural historian, and I'm interested in Renaissance cities.